And last year, the Rotary Foundation, for the 17th year in a row, got the highest award that can be given for 17 years in a row. That's only 1% of all the nonprofit organizations in the United States. And there's over 2 million nonprofits in the United States. So we run a really, really, really good ship. I will tell you that because I'm the chair of the investment committee, and I had nothing to do with this, but I will tell you that last year we operated a 13% return on the funds that you operate. So yeah, I've got a lot of Rotarians that said, "Can you manage my money?" And I said, "No, I don't do that." How do you get this cape off?
I don't know. Jen will come in and take it off.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, no, there we go.
That.
Yeah, then you have your cape.
Where's Kimberly?
So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first person is Ron Moriano. Actually, I had his initial Paul Harris, and now he's a Paul Harris +1. Oh. So come on up.
That's you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you.
Ron Larson, where are you? I saw you earlier. He's a Paul Harris +3.
Oh. This is good stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your
Lori Romberg, Paul Harris +4. Here you go. All right, we have Judy Constantine, Paul Harris +1. Sue Brown, where's Sue? Is she here? Come on up, Paul Harris. So this is, one's a +1 with red, one's a +1 with blue. I don't know what that is.
That's about my education. I don't know.
Judy is the red. Yep, Judy's the red. Yes. And then we have Jack. Where's Jack? Stapleton. Jack has +4. And then we have a few people that aren't here. Chuck is one of them. And then Al Steger, I saw you online, I think. We have 2 for you. Maybe you could make it to a meeting. He's a Paul Harris +4. Just kidding, Al. You're usually here. And then Patrice Henning, we had one for her. She's a Paul Harris +1 too. So thank you. Thank you guys all for that.
I'm done?
Yep, you're done. You're done. Unless somebody else pulls you up here, I think you're done. Okay, back to my slides here. I just have a few slides, and then we're going to get to these great legacy projects. Oh, okay. So the Rotary rundown for things going on. Today, after our meeting, we have the Youth Services meeting. We have book club at Jenny Boshan's on June 9th. Thank you. We also have, thank you. I'm trying to do this by memory. Okay, there we go. We have the Rotary Parade is June 20th. Jen and I are chairing that. So please, we need people, participants, help decorating. Jen will send out some information on that. We have Changing the Guard Party, June 25th at the Hummingbird Club. I always want to say it, Cafe Club. It's going to be a great time. Actually, Katie and I went there Tuesday. Plenty of room for everybody. We're going to have a band, all kinds of fun. The Sign Up Genius is out. And then this is a plug. This is actually a self-plug. That Foothills 4th is put on by EPRD and the Chamber. And we are looking for volunteers. So Jen will send out that Sign Up Genius as well. So it'll be a fun time. It's 10 to 4. So early on the 4th. We'll have bike races, goat yoga, 3 bands, and lots of activities, wood carving. So please sign up. We would love to have you as volunteers. Alrighty. And then we're up for announcements. If you have any general announcements, please come up, state your name. Tim, do you want to come up? Sorry, we're doing this a little short today because A, we wanted to make sure we had enough time to honor Greg. And then also, we want to hear about the legacy projects, and I'm sure you guys will have questions. So Tim, go ahead.
We are, excuse me, a little hoarse this morning. We're doing a Pennies for Polio campaign. Evergreen National Bank will have these at their 2 locations. So I thought with the elimination of the penny, and we've all got pennies laying around. One of these got started already. Got a couple bags of change that have been dropped off. And the district is going to be sending out a notice as well. So I'll be going around to different clubs for their meetings and seeing if we can collect change and or pennies, and we'll put it toward polio fundraising.
Thank you, Tim. Great idea.
That's really cool. Thanks. Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm a youth exchange officer. So we have an exchange student coming to Evergreen once again this year. Every year we sponsor one youth exchange student. And it's a big deal. Culturally, it's really fun having an exchange student because you learn a lot about somebody else's culture, and it's fun having them in your home, and it makes holidays a little more special because all the decorations come out, and it's great. And I'm begging for you to help me find a family because, and we just need the first family. It's a 3-month commitment. It goes from about August until through Thanksgiving, and everyone is kind of falling through right now. So I'm getting Cindy Mazika as one of our members, and she's agreed to be the welcoming family, which I'm going to use for the paperwork to get him admitted to Jeffco. And but I really need your help in thinking about who would be a good family. You don't have to be a married couple. You can be single to be a family. You don't have to have kids in your home. You can be a geriatric. That would be.
So I'm eligible.
Yes, Fizz, you're eligible. Okay, please let me know. Think of your neighbors, friends, neighbors. It works. It takes all of us. It takes all of us. And this is the hardest part about hosting an exchange student is finding a family. So if anyone here is interested, let me know. Or if you have somebody you know that's interested, if you have a family that's living next to you, go knock on the door. This has worked a couple of times. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Steve Physiak. I'm going to double up because I'm looking at the clock and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to have Happy Bucks. So I'm going to do both the morning announcement and Happy Buck for this occasion. 2 weeks ago, I stood up here and talked about an event that's taking place on June 27th. It's a cleanup for plastics, and they needed help. And they thought, well, Rotary, they do plastics, so they are going to be the ones responsible. So they reached out to me, and I talked with everybody, but we had a cleanup with Gary just a couple of weeks ago. We have our own recycling event that's coming up in September. So I search and I go, I can't do it. I've got friends in town. How can I get help? And this is 5 Happy Bucks and a big way to go to Megan Mitchell. I reached out to Megan. She connected with Sustain Evergreen, but it just tells me from the heart, service above self in Rotary. So thank you, Megan, for all you do.
Good morning, David Sheasley. I have been working on peace prayers. I did 2 last year, and this year I have a request for 7, which I'm attempting to fill. I think that I will, and I'm very happy about that. There seems to be some accounting magic that can make the thing work right on a budget. But I'm especially happy to say that the first peace prayer this year will go into Evergreen High School, and I think that's extra special. So, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Gary McKay, and I organized the road cleanup that we had 2 weeks ago. We had a great turnout for that, and here's $22 for all the people that showed up. It was great. Thanks for all you that came. And those of you that still have the vests and the little pickup tools that I gave out, I won't be here next week, but I'll be there the following week. So if you want to get rid of those, fine. If you don't bring them, that commits you to coming in October when we do it. So that's when the next one will be. But thanks for all who came.
Thank you, Gary.
Hi, my name is Kay, and I just wanted to share with this club that we had 27 applicants for Young Ryla. And thanks to this club, plus 6 individual members donating, plus Summit County giving us 5 paid slots, we are sending 21 Young Ryla students. And Bill is... And Bill is working his magic. He's sending 5 and maybe 6 to Senior Ryla at $800 a pop. This is an amazing gift from our club. So thank you, thank you.
I'll make this quick. I'm Bob Ellis. Great. Thank you for seeing me in our memorial service. That was really great. I don't know if any of you made it or not. We had a great flyover. I thought it was a great service, standing room only. Didn't make it this year, make it next year, please. It was really good. But I'm here today hawking tickets for the veterans. We have 2 clean car wash, a book of 5 for $20. We did this last year and sold out. And I have some tickets with me here. And if you feel so inclined to help your local veterans, please see me after the meeting. And if not today, I'll have them for the next 2 weeks. The drawing is actually August 15th. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so without doing Happy Bucks, we made $27, Jim. Love it. And I just have one quick announcement. Patrice actually came in, and Patrice, you missed, we were doing our Paul Harris Fellow pens, and so Patrice is a Paul Harris +1. So if you want to come up and get your pen, thank you so much for donating to Paul Harris. Okay. So you can't even sneak into this meeting. I will see you. There you go. Okay, Kurt, you ready? I think everyone knows Kurt Harris from our club. I'm going to let him take over and do your thing.
Thanks, Erica. And by the way, Greg, congratulations. Don't hate me for talking you into coming today. Today, we're actually going to listen to some couple of presentations regarding legacy projects. We've done some legacy projects in the past, and I'll get into those in a second. But what is a legacy project? Well, it's got to be at least $25,000. We don't want to aim. We want to aim high and have a major effect. It has to be primarily to a benefit to the Evergreen communities. In other words, there's no international projects that can be a legacy project. It's got to have a long-lasting and economically sustainable project. It can't be something that's going to continue to require funds from us. And then no short-term or operating funds. Why do we do these things? Well, one, we want to provide a nice long-term benefit to our Evergreen community, but we also want to increase awareness of Rotary to help us in our recruiting and fundraising events. So a little self-serving, but we do some great things here. So we want to continue to build on that. We also want to provide the members with a sense of pride and accomplishment. I don't know about you guys. Whenever I go into Center Stage and I see the Center Stage lobby there, the gallery, I look to see our emblem on the side. Thousands of people see that every year, and it's simply what Evergreen Rotarians do. They make their community a better place. Past projects. One, the Center Stage, the gallery at Center Stage. The Stagecoach Music Park that Kay put together, about 5 years ago now? Kay, 6? It's 10? Well, as a matter of fact, I remember watching my grandkids play on it, and they're now driving. The Echo Food Truck, just most recently. A couple other ones, though, when I was sitting in the memorial service, I noticed, we put some significant money into the statue at the Veterans Memorial. So that, in theory, even though it wasn't technically a legacy project, it certainly would qualify. It has a nice big Rotary emblem on it and that sort of thing. Also, the fire danger sign as you come in down Evergreen Parkway. It wasn't really a legacy project, but it certainly fulfilled all the requirements. So the process is we're going to listen to a couple of proposals today. Both of them, I think, merit our consideration. And then you're going to ask to vote. Originally, I was going to do some paper ballots, but you'll notice there's none on the floor or on the tables. Al Steger calls me at about 10 minutes to 7 and suggests that we just do it through SurveyMonkey. So sometime later today, I will send out a link to all the members, asking them 2 questions. One, do you want to do a legacy project? And if so, which project or both projects? So it'll be 2 questions, okay? I think we'll leave the voting open since it's going to be online through next Thursday. My slide here says June 3rd, Wednesday, but we're going to leave it through Thursday, give you a whole week. I'll make a report at next week's meeting. Okay, hold on a second here. I haven't been doing my slides. My presentation skills have failed me. Anyway, this is all, you were right. Yes. Yeah. You wanted me to say that, didn't you? Okay. So without further ado, our first one up is the center stage, correct? And Alan, you wanted to do this introduction, so.
I've been here before. Good morning, y'all. So it is my privilege, and I mean that sincerely, to introduce Dr. Graham Anduri. I didn't realize it was Dr. Graham Anduri. I've been misaddressing him all these years. He's evidently a very modest person, but he's also very talented. In fact, Graham is a rarity in the world of executive directors in the performing arts world. Most performing arts people can't do math. Yeah, Graham is exceptionally good at math. He is an educator. He has several degrees in music and music theory. He is a brilliant performer in and of himself, and a truly astonishing director for Ovation West, who has accomplished so many things over the last 3 years, and is now undertaking the biggest project of all, which is applying tender loving care to center stage. If you've ever been to center stage, attended a performance there, put your seat in danger on one of those seats, then you'll understand how brave a man Dr. Anduri really is to take on this project. And we get a chance to be a part of that. So I'm going to let Graham explain all the details and all the important stuff, but listen carefully because we're all very fond of our home in Evergreen, and this is a chance to make substantial improvements to our home. So I'll turn it over to Graham right now.
Thank you, Alan. All right. So yeah, I'm here to give you all a little background and on our what we do at Center Stage. How many of you all were able to attend the meeting at Center Stage a couple weeks back? All right. Yeah, great. If you weren't there, then some of this will be maybe a little new to you, but Center Stage is, we fondly think of Center Stage as the heart of the performing arts here in Evergreen. It's really, it's one of the only places in our community that is dedicated specifically to creating connections and dissolving divisions through the performing arts. I think of Center for the Arts and Center Stage as sort of these two magnetic poles of the cultural atmosphere here in Evergreen, and I love working together with Sarah Miller and the whole CAE team here. The performing arts is so much more than just entertainment. This has been my soapbox for years. It's an active tool for improving the quality of life for the people in a community. As I said, it's for creating connections and dissolving divisions because the performing arts allows us to see our shared humanity in one another. It allows us to recognize ourselves at a deeper level and to recognize that same human quality in other people that we have in common with them. I wanted to share something with, oh gosh, it always goes away. Wanted to share something with you all from one of the young actors that has been in a few of our shows recently.
he gave a speech at our gala a couple weeks back, and kind of floored everybody, myself included. And so he went on for a little while. I'm going to just play a little clip from this, see if this works.
I wanted to share a letter I wrote. Dear Peter, hi, it's Stone. Remember me? We met when I was just in kindergarten. We've come a long way, you and me, from Olaf and Frozen Kids at elementary school to Annie Get Your Gun and Songs for a New World at Ovation West, and all the shows in between. So now I wanted to say thank you for this amazing journey. Thank you for everything. You've given me unexpected love filled with kindness and forgiveness. You've helped me find the rainbow in the rain and celebrate all the sunshine. You've brought me the most talented and loving strangers that find their way into my heart. That I can never fully thank you for. You've brought me joy that never seems to end, and I am always so proud to stand on your stage. You accept me for me. Middle school is pretty awkward. Everyone's trying to be cool enough to meet the standards, but let's be honest, being a boy who loves theater isn't really easy. My friends don't get it, but you do. It's hard work, but worth every second. Because you brought me into a world that is so amazing, and I never thought it would be this amazing. You are a place for me to feel seen as I truly am, a place to be heard. Even at 12 years old, my ideas are listened to, considered, and respected. I know, right? You brought me this gift of jazz hands and tears and you brought me sparkling smiles.
He goes on to be super cute and amazing for a while, but then
together as a whole can keep trying. I know it's not one person's job alone, but together we can do it. We all have a responsibility to keep you alive and take care of you. I am grateful for all the people who support you now and all the people who I hope will support you in the future. So we can stop those tears dripping from your roof. And make a few updates to your broken bits. We must help you stay alive so we continue to inspire the new generation of stars. I hope our friendship continues to grow so it can last a lifetime. Sincerely, Stone.
So what we do at Center Stage goes so far beyond just the performing arts as well. I mean, it's had an impact on this young man's life. It's had an impact on countless lives over the generations. But it really is it's a gathering place. It's a place for the community to come together. And it's been here for a long time. So, sensitive buttons. So Center Stage is just over 100 years old now. It was built back in 1924. And nowadays we get over 10,000 visitors, community members that come through our doors every year, either to come see a show, to attend a fundraiser by one of the many nonprofits that uses Center Stage, 12 plus each year. And it's Evergreen's cultural hub. It's dedicated to, like I said, creating those connections between our community and dissolving those divisions that seem to just sneak their way into our lives. You can see, this is what the seats used to look like back in the day. They were just a bunch of folding chairs. I think these were taken back in the 1930s. This was originally part of the Church of the Transfiguration, their campus, and it's now a National Historic District, the Evergreen Conference District. And Center Stage itself is a Jeffco historic site. This was back in the 1980s. They used to have to import these cinder block and plywood risers and then put these orange chairs on it for every single production. I got this from Tom Scripps. He's our local historian. And the Rotary Club has been really instrumental in the progression of Center Stage from these early days up to where it is now. Let me go here. So the Rotary Club, we recently just installed a peace pole yeah, there we are. This was, when did we do this? Back in October or something like that. So really, really proud to have this peace pole prominently displayed in the entryway to center stage. And then, as Kurt mentioned, the Rotary Gallery is also a treasured part of center stage these days. We do a lot of things for youth, but it's not just a youth program that we run. We have our summer camps that are about to start on Monday. The Evergreen Players runs their summer camp there as well. We have Arts in Schools now that is sponsored by Michelle Vaniggs, that we go out into the local schools and have them come to center stage to do performances. But we really are a resource for the entire community, for people of all ages, or as I like to say, from kids from 1 to 92 and beyond. We actually, a couple of years ago, we had an audience member at one of our Evergreen Chorale concerts that was 102 years old, which is pretty amazing. And I have a video somewhere of Mike Moore doing his yodel routine just a couple years back, which was amazing. It's a place where families are built. Many families have come to exist because of the connections that were made at center stage. And so, like I say, there's youth, there's people my age, there's people much older than me, 3 times as old, and beyond, like Alan. Yeah. So the values that I have seen displayed by the Rotary Club are values that are so much in alignment with what we hold dear at Center Stage and Innovation West, of promoting peace, of creating promoting an improved quality of life for our community and for the people beyond. And so I see a great amount of synergy between our two organizations that I would love to see continue. So the challenge obviously is that our seats are falling apart. So this is one example. There's about 15 seats that have this same problem so far. And we've tried to fix them. We've tried to go in and take them apart and repair them, but their welding is all falling apart. They were installed more than 30 years ago, and they were used when we purchased them. So they've been around. They've served their purpose well over the decades. And so as we can see, safety and accessibility are no longer something that we can take for granted with these seats. The thing is, though, this goes way beyond just putting new seats in. I've got 2 minutes. Oh gosh, I got to move. Okay. So I'm going to skip ahead. This is current day what the seating looks like. We've got these multicolored kind of seats going on. And to replace all of these seats, it's going to cost us about $75,000. So our request from Rotary is $50,000, which means that we need matching funds of $25,000. Well, we've already secured that. We had a donor recently, single anonymous donor, that put up $25,000. And this actually goes into, this is part of, here's what it's going to look like when y'all make this happen for us. Thanks to AI for this one. This is part of a much larger campaign that some of you have heard us talk about. We have a $1.5 million capital campaign to revitalize Center Stage. And that includes everything from new HVAC. We have somebody coming over today to check out our HVAC and see what they can do for us. This means replacing our roof that is crying tears of sadness. It means getting new lighting and sound systems in the theater. It means all kinds of different things that need to happen that have been put off over the decades, that if they don't take place, the theater will not be it will not be a sustainable resource for our community. So having these seats, this is one of the larger projects in this overall campaign. It allows us to be sustainable, but it also leverages further investments from people. We've had conversations with potential major donor prospects for this campaign. They want to see that we have existing support. They want to see that there is major support already in place before they put their money on the line to make this happen. So having something like this investment in our seating goes so far beyond the seating. It goes into this entire revitalization effort to make sure that we are long-term sustainable, that center stage is a sustainable resource for another century to come or more. So as you saw, honoring Rotary's leadership and contribution looks like having these Rotary flags on the end caps of every single row. It will also include a verbal acknowledgement in all of the curtain speeches that we do before all of our events. And make sure that we get to all of the good things here. Yeah, that's the end of the slideshow. So in conclusion, partnering, Ovation West and Rotary partnering together is not just about buying the chairs. It's an investment that ensures that center stage survives to anchor, connect, and to bring peace to Evergreen for another 100 years and beyond. So thank you all for hearing this. Thank you for coming, those of you who came a couple weeks back. And we hope to see you all at many, many more events in brand new seats at center stage.
Thanks, Aaron. You'll be around for questions afterwards. I think we ran over our time here, so we want to give the same amount of time to our next presenting groups. Okay, are you presenting or?
I got two presenters.
Okay, two presenters. Okay, here you go.
Good morning. My name is Kay, and Betsy Hayes and I are the co-sponsors for this proposal, legacy proposal. But Betsy is traveling, so we get Corey, who is also a member and the head of Evergreen Parks and Rec. So I'll let him go first.
Well, thank you. I'm B team, so Betsy's sitting on a beach in Tahiti. Terrible. So yeah, I'm very honored. Great proposal. We're very different than the other proposal, but very, very excited. I like to talk about a lot, so I'm going to speak as fast as I can because we get 20 minutes now. I was hoping we had a hook to pull you off, but that's all right. So everyone knows who EPRD is, but I'm not going to go into too much today, but I am going to talk about Buchanan Park. So very, very close by, our 42-acre park has got a lot going on right now. As you see, lots of construction, lots of projects. So I'm going to talk about a lot of it and then get to our proposal. Here's Buchanan Park. You guys are all probably familiar with what it looks like and starting to see the construction actually started on the aquatic center. So this is the replacement of Wolf, which is that swimming pool is 50 plus years old and barely surviving. So this is the new aquatic center on the backside of the Buchanan Rec Center. So the existing pool stays, but then the whole new lap pool, teen rope swing, diving board, climbing wall that falls into the deep end is all going to be right here. This is the expansion rendering on the backside. And then you can see inside what this will look like. This serves swim teams, aerobics, all generations, all different ages, from our swim lessons to our toddlers to our teens that really want to have a safe place to have fun. And our maintenance team have a operational facility that we can work on, and same challenges, old facilities, old infrastructure. So this is one of the biggest projects that EPRD is undertaking, well over 11,000 square feet, and pools are very, very expensive, well over 1,200 a square foot. So you can do the math there. Here's the inside of the bathroom. Great, accessible, state-of-the-art facility, energy efficient, really, really game up in our aquatic facility. The other big project that you're actually starting to see right now as well is our Bear Creek Pavilion. We had a donor come forward, and the Michael McGoldrick Foundation came forward and actually made this a reality. We have movie screens for movie in the park. We have video boards, sound system, all being able to provide amazing concert experiences, event experiences. We support well over 25 different events in this park, from EPRD events to supported chamber events to nonprofit events like Summerfest, which is coming up. So plug, you should definitely go to that for CAE. It's a great fundraising tool for them, along with many, many other events. So being able to have a state-of-the-art, amazing pavilion like this that really can serve the public and have this great infrastructure, it's going to be a game changer for our community. So we're very, very excited. This is going to be the kind of the heart of the park, if you will, and really bring people together. And you can see what the renderings, very natural mountain feel with the cross-laminated timbers, open air, Unbelievable. So we just broke ground on this this week with all of our stakeholders and county commissioners and GoCo, who's been a major player in this. But this all-wheel skate park, again, this is going to be replacement of the Wolf skate park. As we heard, we went through our strategic plan. We heard a lot of need. Our youth are struggling, and I think we've all seen that very, very apparent in the past year. And so giving them a place to be able to be creative and be free and have fun in a safe environment is so important. And that's what we're here to speak to, is these amenities, these spaces that these youth need here. As we see, you know, they may do theater, they may do sports, but sometimes they are individual. And it's so fascinating to see. And as I've gone through this process, gun barrel rails and hibbas, and I'm learning some crazy amenities that are in skate parks, which is really, really fun. But the individual feeling of when skateboarders and young to teens to seniors to old active adults using this, they get to be creative in how they flow. They can jump from one and then do a kick flip and then into this. It's really cool to see that progression, and this skate park will really be able to serve that. So we're very excited for this. This kicks off and will be constructed by October. Outdoor game area, chess boards, cornhole boards, whole passive area in the park as well. And then the other big one that our board just approved is the indoor field house gym. So this will serve a walking track, turf sports. We know winters are usually harder, but having a space for all ages to be able to participate inside, from volleyball to turf to sports to pickleball to volleyball and basketball. So we're very excited about this. This is starting to kick off the construction plans for that. Here's another rendering of what this will look like. Lots of great indoor amenities that have been highly coveted. Again, we have a lot of infrastructure. We're trying to take care of what we have as well with our other facilities. Indoor tennis, covering the tennis. And this is the big one. So Buchanan Park itself serves well over 300,000 visits a year. I know, let that sink in. It's pretty amazing, right? It's a lot of returning visits. That's a lot of walkers. That's a lot of events, a lot of participants. And so being able to have all these amenities in one hub will really create this experience. And part of this experience is our all-inclusive. We have a very large adaptive program of therapeutic recreation. You've probably heard of Inspire. They're unbelievable. They have well over 100 kiddos with different types of needs and abilities, and they all are looking for a space that they can access together with all kiddos. We have We Go Rounds and We Go Swings. This playground is going to be absolutely unbelievable, and we're so excited. But as you see, we have a lot of funding dedicated to certain areas, and we are struggling with some of these other enhancements, these other spaces that Kay will talk about in just a sec. But this is the playground itself, multi-layer with slides and swings and port in place. We just got a grant from DDRC, but they are also looking for leverage funds as well. And that's the point, is you can always take some funds and stretch them. Buchanan Park is about a $5 million project. And we have about $4 million dedicated. And so we've been looking for grants and fundraising and your help. That's why we're here today, to make these other amenities a reality. But it's just nice to see all the different things going on in Buchanan, as Kay talks about the one we're going to focus on today. But here's Buchanan. So now I'll turn it over to Kay so she can talk about our ask, our passion of this other amenity.
So 10 years ago, we did a legacy project from this club for the Evergreen Rotary Music Park. And there is the sign that focuses on service above self. And this has been a very successful project. And one of the great things about it is that EPRD has taken over the maintenance of it. So our club initiates the project, but is not responsible for the maintenance. Parks and Rec carry it on. Can you go to my next slide? Thank you. I'm afraid to touch the computer. Yeah. This is a video of kids, but it's been a very successful and creative time for children. And again, a very visible contribution by our club. And so Betsy Hayes and I thought, my gosh, with this Buchanan development, we should be involved and put a music park again in this second development. But as we worked with Evergreen Parks and Rec staff, we began to expand the idea and going beyond just musical instruments, which are interactive and creative. We came up with the idea of a Rotary Music and Discovery Park. And so there are, you can go to the next slide. So what we did, you'll notice there are some instruments, but they're also interactive, creative equipment where the students can experience. And what's so amazing about this, as Corey talked about, is thousands of people will be going through this new hub of Evergreen, and to have a Rotary Music and Discovery Park right in the middle of it. And I was told that the Legacy Fund had $25,000 in it currently. And so you could go to the next slide. You can just see we picked specific instruments and equipment. They call it the sensory equipment. I love that. Of what was capable of putting right in the center. And as Graham mentioned, why now? Why not focus on our year, particularly in this very difficult year for the youth in Evergreen with what happened at the high school? And what I love about this project is it will be right in the hub of Evergreen with a visible plaque of the Evergreen Rotary Club contributing back to our community in a vital way, and thousands of visitors and kids will be coming through, enjoying the creative, the joy, the interactive ability to express themselves. And I think I will have to say that both projects would touch our youth in a fundamental way, which is a healing time for our community. The Evergreen Rotary Music and Discovery Park would be an amazing legacy statement for our club. To have that plaque there, service above self. So thank you for listening. We are out of time.
And I'll just add, because we get this question a lot, is yes, we have a lot of dedicated funding, but these are our wish list items. And so the reality of this is not happening unless we find funding or grants or partners in this. And so we have a lot of these enhancement areas, video screens on the big pavilion, and additional amenities in the aquatic area. So we have a lot of the base funding we don't have for all these additional wish list items. So I just want to be clear, and this is not happening until we find that funding. And so that's why we're here asking, and we really do need your help, and we really appreciate your time today. And
thank you.
Thank you, and they'll be around afterwards to have a conversation. Kelly?
You said we could vote on both of them. What happens with that?
Well, let me get into that. Thank you for the segue into that. Right now, there's about $30,000 in our legacy fund set aside specifically for that. So we're obviously going to, if we pick both projects or the center stage project, we're going to have to raise some more money. However, I do have one donor who has agreed to match $10,000 of donations, contributions from Rotarians, if we pick both projects. So you'll have the option to vote on whether you want to do a project or not. And if you want to do a project, if you want to do one or the other or both. And that link will be coming out, and Jack's going to talk a little bit about how that's going to happen. But but we will have to, this is a preference thing. So just because we vote for something doesn't necessarily mean we're going to fund it. We still have to get board approval and that sort of thing, but we'll have to figure out fundraising. And, when we did the center stage way back when, Bill, I think you were in charge of that. And 20 plus years ago, we put 65 grand into that project. We only had about 30 grand in the bank. So we had to raise about 35 grand. And that was in dollars from 20 years ago. So it can be done. That shouldn't be just the only reason that, hey, we don't have the money in the bank, so therefore we shouldn't vote for these. So anyway, Jack, you want to address the email issue?
There are 122 members of our club that could potentially receive emails, but only 108 are receiving them. It turns out that at some point or another, Club Runner, through which we send the emails, did an update, which like most software updates had glitches in it. So being a duly ordained priest, I'm going to be going into your privacy settings, and whether you want it or not, by today, you will be receiving club emails. And then you can email me later and say, get my name off of there. Oh, and by the way, you don't have a $10,000 matching offer. You have now a $15,000.
Okay, there we go. We have 15,000. Do I hear 20? Do I hear 20? Okay. If you're interested in adding to that matching fund, let me know, and that'll be in the email later. So thank you all for listening to two wonderful projects. Oh, I wanted to thank my legacy. Thanks, Betsy. I saw the glow off your head, and it reminded me that I needed to thank my committee members, Tim Egan, Fitzy, Gail Sharp, Marianne Temple, and Bob Wallace for their work in reviewing these applications. So thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, everybody. I also want to thank you guys for your thoughtful presentations.
If I could just insert one little thing I missed when I was up before. I would like to have a dedication ceremony for the Peace Bowl at the Evergreen High School after next week's meeting.
Great. We'll make sure to put that in the notes and on the announcements. All right, you guys. I want you guys to encourage you guys to vote because it is our project. It's a Rotary project. So Kurt doesn't want to make the decision on when. We need everybody to vote. So please take your time. It should be pretty easy to get in there. Just a couple yes, no, whatever. But also Graham and Kay will stay for a little bit. So please ask your questions. Get your questions answered. Know what they're going to do with the funds. So on that note, I appreciate your time. We're a little over today, but it was well worth it. I hope you guys go out and make it a great day and unite for good.